My God, this is one of the most horrendous things that I've ever seen. Just look at the fucking title. Madballs, gross jokes. Does it even sound like it's going to be a pleasant experience in the slightest? Don't worry, there really isn't any gross out in this crappy piece of shit. Believe it or not, they aren't competent enough to do that. Think about that. They aren't competent enough to do something like that. And you thought they only made crappy toy-based cartoons for girls. No, they made a few for boys too. I guess I should put things in perspective. This was requested by one of my subscribers. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. He runs a blog called Toon Crap, in which he reviews crappy cartoons and crappy animated movies. So obviously we're going to cross paths quite a bit, and cover a lot of the same stuff, whether by accident or by intention. He considers this one of the worst things that he's ever reviewed. He's reviewed What's Up, Balloons to the Rescue.
Is for the young Marcherie. It's just you and I.
The correct phrase is me and you, Jean-Pierre.
I'm a genius.
The two things that he said nearly made him quit were this and Bubsy. So the first thing I want to say is, thanks! What am I waiting for? Let's begin. The only good thing I could say about this is, just like A Charming Birthday, they only put 22 minutes of, let's call it animation, on a VHS. Cheapskates at, who made Madballs? Well, fuck them up the ass with a garden rake. Look, if my warning wasn't good enough for you, they give you one.
The following program contains scenes which may offend some viewers.
By some viewers, they mean anyone with a brain.
Others may experience mild discomfort, nagging backache, postnasal drip and delirium, followed by rapid heartbeat, swelling of the nose, throat, and abdomen, and loss of facial hair.
If you touch one hair on my beard, I will kill you with this fork.
Repeated viewing of this tape may result in the loss of one's bodily functions, redistribution of facial features, premature baldness, and a difficulty in forming simple sentences.
It's funny because everything I review I need to watch at least twice, and that's not counting how much I see the clips during editing.
So, if you're seriously considering a rewarding, challenging career as a lawn ornament, this is the show for you.
I've got nothing. By the way, that's the highlight of the comedy in this thing, and we haven't even started yet.
Grosser than a mouthful of Brussels sprouts.
Excuse me, was that some kind of half-assed attempt at a joke?
More tasteless than a cube of tofu.
Wow, they're actually calling their own jokes tasteless. Hey, they said it, not me.
More revolting than Mom's latest casserole.
That looks like spaghetti. Spaghetti isn't a casserole, dumbass. So this thing starts to introduce each of the characters, the titular Madballs. Unlike A Charming Birthday, it only takes about 30 seconds to introduce each of them, not half the goddamn episode. But in A Charming Birthday, you can make an argument, a weak argument, that each of the characters had a personality trait. These guys are all entirely interchangeable. I don't know their names, and I don't care.
I've never seen anything so awful in my entire life.
You know, I think that's an advertisement on the back of the box. So we have our first of many skits. That's the majority of this thing. It's like Mad, if all the writers were tripped out on coke and had severe brain damage, except 1,000 times worse. And Mad isn't even very good. How do I want to put this? You remember that joke book you had when you were 5?
Has the patient been anesthetized?
I can't tell, doctor. He's out cold.
And then you threw it in the fire when you were 5 because you were a few years too mature to find any of these jokes funny. Our first sketch, and I use that term very loosely, is in a hospital where they spend like 2 minutes telling terrible, terrible jokes.
Doctor, the invisible man is waiting for you in the waiting room.
That's a good place to wait. Tell him I can't see him now.
Didn't get that joke? Don't worry. They explain why it's allegedly funny, and it just goes on and on. Believe it or not, the jokes just get more juvenile from here, and this scene eventually ends with another Madball pushing away the scene.
That's all I can stand of this stupid sketch! I want to see something with some redeeming social value.
Yeah!
Something with some beauty and grace.
Definitely! This thing gets it!
Something like...
Poetry Corner.
No, I didn't mean that. Not that. Anything but that.
I sing this song of praise. The morning dew upon the leaves, the gentle sway of the trees.
Remember that last sketch that had a bunch of unfunny jokes? You were probably wondering how they were going to dig lower than that. Simple, by only using one joke. The joke is that everything that's happening is the opposite of what the poet is talking about. Those two Gravinians were better poets than this asshole.
You know, I have just one thing to say about that poem.
I think that's another quote on the back of the box. So we have two Madballs dancing around annoyingly, and they make another single joke. I'm gonna spare you some pain. It's stupid, and it doesn't even make logical sense. By the way, Monty Python was animated better than this crap, and I highly doubt that that's the style that they were going for. At least this ends with them getting stomped on. On to the next sketch. 3 down. Who the fuck knows how many to go? They moved on to the food chapter of that joke book, and have gone to a restaurant.
Do you have pig's knuckles? Of course, man.
Well, wear gloves, and no one will notice.
Ha!
Boy, there isn't much to eat on this menu.
Oh, that's too bad. I found a bunch of spaghetti and a squash bug on mine.
Is that one of the gross jokes that you were advertising? Yeah, just like people think that all they need to do is have flowers and rainbows to entertain little girls, they think that all they need to entertain little boys is barf and snot. Maybe some of these jokes could work if, you know, they actually had a goddamn plot! And it just goes on and on and on. After the restaurant sketch, these guys are back because, you know, the first one was such gold. It's even more stupid this time. And once again, I'll spare you the pain. We've got to move on to our next sketch.
It's time now for Lifestyles of the Poor and Wretched.
Here's the joke. This guy's life sucks. This guy's life really sucks. This guy's life really, really sucks. 2 minutes of your time wasted. Moving on. And then these guys again.
Hey, I know. Let's go see how Skullface is doing at his new job in the cemetery.
Hey, that sounds like a barrel of laughs, but how do we get to the cemetery?
Easy. We'll just jump in front of the truck.
Can I drive? It seems that they've moved on to the spooky chapter of that crappy joke book. Third verse, same as the first. Actually, this time it ends with me running them over. Sorry, wishful thinking. My God. My dear fucking God. It's like they think that the only quality requisite kids have is for whatever shit they're showing to be animated. I mean, next thing you know, they're gonna be shoving a slideshow in our fucking faces.
Oh, here's a shot of our plane. Here we are arriving in Europe. We couldn't believe the number of well-wishers who turned out to greet us.
Are you fucking kidding me? There are no jokes here. They just go on talking about their vacation. To their credit, this is as boring as a real-life slideshow of someone's guts you really, really hate. And it just keeps going. Why? By whose standards can this thing... No, Dusk's Dawn is a thing. This isn't even that. By whose standards can this animated diarrhea be remotely considered entertainment? Remember the first 3 times these things got a joke? They're getting a 4th. No. No more times. You die now. Good. Now stop reusing animation, you lazy, no-budget assholes.
Hey, come here. I want to talk to you. Now look, I've had about 3 lines since this lousy show began.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing. This thing is abysmal. Look, I know I should never say this, but I legitimately can't see how this could get any fucking worse.
Presenting by special request,
Great. Now it's taunting me.
Mr. Hornhead's big musical number.
Are you fucking shitting me?
Boils and warts and piggy's feet. These are the things that I loves to eat.
Why? Why the fuck are you doing this to me?
After a performance like that, you'll be lucky to get a part in a hemorrhoid commercial.
Hemorrhoids? Was that a parental bonus? What adult, in his right mind, would watch this fucking thing? He'd have to be one of the stupidest human beings on the planet! Especially because we're 2/3. We're only 2/3 in. It's been 16 minutes. Feels like I've been here for 3 fucking hours. Our next one-joke skit is a before and after Photoshop gag, and they all have the same results. And the joke isn't funny. Okay, why is that text backwards? Wait a minute. That phone number is a real phone number. 418-5534. That's not the Madballs company phone number. You know what? I gotta see what this gets me. I'll be right back.
Hello, new friend. My name is Fred. The words you hear are in my head. I said my name is Fred, and I've been very naughty.
I'm gonna hang up the phone now.
The story I'm about to tell, I tell you I will tell it well, is of my dear Aunt Muriel, and just how I've been naughty.
We've moved on to the school chapter of the joke book. It's par for the course, which I guess is better than it could be. Who am I kidding? This is like the bottom of the barrel.
This is hopeless!
And we've got our third quote for the back of the box. Once the school thing is over, we get, these fuckers again. Oh good, they're just setting up a transition to...
Name that smell!
What the fuck is wrong with you people? Each of them smell a terrible smell that's coming from a box and give a guess to what's inside. Like I said, they can't even get gross out humor right. It's not funny, and it isn't even gross. It's just annoying and stupid. And after that we get, oh my god, that explains it. This thing, it's not animated diarrhea. It's the apocalypse! It's terrible animation, unfunny jokes. It's all a glimpse of animation hell. And the worst part is, it's not even over yet. The Madballs are talking about how they want to end this thing.
Here we are, gang. Our show's almost over, but we haven't come up with an idea for the grand finale.
Here's an idea. Take the guy who wrote this, put him on camera, and beat the shit out of him with an aluminum baseball bat. And then when he gets up, beat the shit out of him again with a tire iron. I mean, it probably won't make up for anything, but at least I can say that it had the most satisfying ending that I've seen in quite some time.
No, we need something that will really sum things up. Something that says it all.
You know, we need something that will really show the audience who we are and what we stand for.
Oh good, so they know that this crap is garbage, and yet they released it anyway. Oh, thank God, the evil is finally over, people. This was one of the worst pieces of shit that I've ever had to stomach. It's definitely far worse than anything I've reviewed thus far. Unless you want to count Seahorse Seashell Party, which I will be making again and posting to Dailymotion at some point. I can't do it next though. Not after this piece of fucking shit. It's amazing how unbelievably bad this is. At least Bubsy and A Charming Birthday told a story. This was just barfing its stupidity in your face. So what? It was obviously made for kids. They don't know better. They can't tell the difference. Of course they don't know any better. It's your job as parents to make sure that they never have to see any crap like this. There is nothing redeemable about this. Okay, that's not entirely true. Some of the voice acting is halfway decent. Too bad it was ruined by every word of simpering, stupid dialogue. Not that it's the worst piece of animation I've ever seen. Both Seahorse Seashell Party and One Course Meal are much, much worse. But this is concentrated stupid. It's like someone made a black hole and tried to fill it with as much stupid as possible to waste away whatever little intelligence that its audience has. It's like someone took a challenge to make the worst thing that they possibly could and see how little parents would care about what their children watch. It's fucking horrendous, and I don't particularly care for it. Now it's your turn. Chicken Little. Good day. Hello?
7 days.
Shit.